Welcome to One Quick Question, your source for answers to your questions about websites, digital marketing, and more. I'm your host, Carrie Rollwagon. So today we are here with our president, Jason Lavoie. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you.
So I have a question today that is a little bit more in that you also own a marketing company, correct?
Correct.
Uptick Marketing. Do you want to plug it?
That's correct. Uptick Marketing.
So I don't know if this is more of an uptick question, but the question is, should I still be on Twitter? I feel like there's a lot of questions about social media lately. You're adding TikTok. Does that mean we're subtracting Twitter? There's been it's been in the news a lot, etc. I guess the question is really, should your business still be on Twitter?
I'd say yes.
All right.
That's the easy answer.
Well, let's wrap it up then.
Let's wrap it up.
One quick question is brought to you.
I mean, I think everybody's trying to figure it out, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the news every day. I mean, personally, I think that you'd be crazy not to at least consider Twitter. I mean, if anybody were questioning what the future of something was, it'd be TikTok.
Yeah.
What is happening with TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you see reports on that too, whether it's going to be banned or,
Yeah.
is it going to be banned in certain states? Is it going to be banned, everywhere? I don't know. So, but as far as Twitter goes, if you were to ask me what I was doing prior to this meeting, I would say we were actually having a conversation about Twitter.
Oh.
Truly.
Well, I mean, what was the outcome?
Well, the outcome was probably doing a little experimentation.
Okay.
Possibly getting the blue check, the blue mark. Is that? Yeah.
Verification.
It's $8 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, not trying to promote Twitter, but
so now you can buy it. Before, in the pre-Elon owning Twitter, I think there's a little bit of mystery about whether or not you could get verified. Like, how did that happen? And now you can.
Now you know what the process is.
Right.
And so we're going to, experiment with it. Maybe we can check back in a couple months and tell you if we saw any difference.
Yeah.
So there's certain things we don't know, but we're going to still be out there, still, experiment. I wouldn't give up on it. I think it's maybe a little different than it was. I think the audience is different and what they're looking for is different than, say, if I'm on Facebook or Instagram and I'm scrolling through pictures.
Right.
So,
do you know anything about, like, what specific audiences you think, like, maybe one or two that you think would do well on Twitter? Or if it's just, like, we don't really know because it's changing so quickly?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know of anyone that's telling me, oh, my gosh, when Twitter started, we would post, the cookies are coming out of the oven and everybody would show up,
Yes.
Well, it's not
that
like that.
That was me.
Yeah.
I told you that.
Yeah. And it's not happening anymore, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think I asked you a couple of times if you could bring me some cookies.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you ever
That's
did.
probably why you hired me.
You're right, maybe.
Maybe we should tell the audience. I used to own a coffee shop.
Yes.
And
great cookies.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, I do think at that time it could be literally, I'd say, like, oh, these came out of the oven. And like have people who came in and saw it on Twitter. I don't know that would be the format. Like, I don't know that would be the social media that they're doing that on anymore.
Yeah, and that might be more of a Snapchat. I don't even know if anyone's actually utilizing that. I think you definitely have influencers that are, but it's different, know.
I don't know that. I think for a small business, it seems like it makes sense to pick one or two that are kind of in your lane and really do those well instead of it used to be everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need to have a different strategy for each platform.
Right.
Because the people on LinkedIn are not going to want to see the same post that you posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's just a different audience.
Right.
So where Facebook may be more one audience, LinkedIn may be more, business, may lean towards more business folks. And but we even, even experimenting on TikTok, depending on who your audience is, or if it's a younger crowd and you're trying to get the younger crowd in, if it's foot traffic or whatnot, you can be very effective. So
I think we've even experimented some with TikTok for Infomedia by putting some of the kind of more fun, casual things on TikTok. And then also even taking some of those and posting the TikToks as Instagram stories and getting a little bit of traction like both ways.
Exactly.
But then if somebody looks at our Instagram feed, it's also not just like funny around the office stuff and they're like, aren't you professionals kind of thing.
So what I would say in regards to Twitter, here's what it seems like to me. Mm-hmm. Should you be posting? Yes, because it's not that hard.
Right.
I mean, if you're posting for the other platforms,
you might as well.
Mm-hmm. I do think where I utilize Twitter mostly is on news feeds or getting the notifications in my email that like I will generally get news through Twitter from the different sources that way faster than if I were to go to their individual websites.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Anyway.
So it's almost like using Twitter as content delivery.
Yeah.
To email.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I personally use my Twitter about once a year. I have like a week where I remember I have one.
Well, I don't I can't remember the last time I actually logged onto the app Twitter.
Yeah.
Like I would on Instagram.
Right, yeah.
So I would generally, I guess I do, but I don't actually click to it first. It's generally from my email.
Yeah.
If I, looking through the notifications, Auburn just had a new basketball player commit today, and I click on it. It's through Twitter.
That's really interesting. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I feel like I'm back to me. I use my Twitter as like a Be Real, but for the whole year. Do you use Be Real?
I do not, but my kids do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they say, "Dad," and then I'm in a picture.
So you're on Be Real.
I'm on Be Real.
You just
somewhere.
You haven't gotten real.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, not yet.
All right. Well, I feel like we should wrap this up before I make more stupid jokes.
Okay. Well.
Okay. But so I think the answer is yes, you should be. Especially don't shut your account down if you have one. Just kind of like make sure you post every so often.
Well, yeah, I feel like people are going crazy right now because more for political reasons, if that's what you want to say.
Yeah.
Because maybe they might not disagree with how certain things came about or whether how they're being done. And it's like, well, let's just cut it out. Let's all stop.
Yeah.
And I think if you just give it a little bit of time, it's most of it's gonna.
Yeah, like we'll
subside.
see how things work out,
right.
And especially not if it's working for you. If
exactly.
You're using it. Well, and I do think, I learned something about a different way that you're using Twitter as a user. So
yeah, like
that's
for me
cool.
too. I mean, on the I did mention like the athletics, but it's like keeping up with scores and stuff like that is helpful too. So
cool. Well, thank you very much.
There you go.
One Quick Question is brought to you by Infomedia. Find show notes, including links to what we talk about on the podcast today at infomedia.com/quickquestion. Our producer is Elena Harmond. Our theme music is by Brad Davis. And our episodes are produced by Paul and Aaron at Infomedia Studios. If you need website support, marketing advice, or you're interested in building a new website, give us a call at 205-823-4440 or email quickquestion@infomedia.com.